Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very first guest of this week is this incredible actress named Claire Gleave. She's been in such an incredible Poison Ivy fan film, and she's played the role of Dr. Quinzel in this incredible Poison Ivy fan film. So I'm about to add Claire into the live now to have a chat with Claire about her incredible role as Dr. Quinzel. So yeah, let's add Claire in and have a chat with Claire.
Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come onto my show. It's such a pleasure having you on, Claire.
Of course, no, thanks for having me.
You're very welcome. To people that don't know who you are, if you can give a bit of backstory about who you are and what you do, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Yeah, so I'm an actor and a dancer, and I've been working in film and TV now professionally for sort of like 3 years, mainly film and TV, but also done some theatre, and probably most known from a new film coming out later this year, Swipe Right, and I've worked for the BBC and ITV and Disney, doing a mix of dance and acting, and I'm also a songwriter, and I'm kind of navigating my way now into the music industry. So yeah, lots going on.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the questions now, Claire. So for my very first question, so you were actually in this incredible, fantastic DC fan film of a Poison Ivy fan film, and you actually played the role of Dr. Quinzel, who was kind of a Harley Quinn, but before she was Harley Quinn. What was that whole experience like, getting to play a version of Harley Quinn?
Yeah, it was so much fun. I think also with Harley Quinn, because she's quite an iconic character and often played very crazy. You know, she's often portrayed in that way. So it was really nice to explore her character before, you know, she went crazy, let's say, or how she's been depicted previously. So in the short film, we kind of find Harley Quinn as a young psychiatry student, and that for me was really interesting, from her kind of studying psychiatry and psychology. Obviously then we know how she evolves later on in the kind of Marvel and DC films as like a really crazy Harley Quinn character. But it was really fun to explore the before and kind of show a more natural and caring side to her, perhaps. And the whole team were great. The costume, the set was amazing, and working with Ashlyn Diath, who I know actually you interviewed last week by chance. That's so funny. So she was wonderful to work with too, and Rob Dukes. Like, the whole team were wonderful, and it was such a special film, I think, because those relationships between Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy haven't really been discovered before and haven't really been explored, especially in a big feature film or anything. So yeah, it was a great role, and I was very happy and lucky to be a part of that film. So it was great.
Well, can I just say, you actually pulled off the role of Dr. Quinzel. Really incredible. I love the whole take, that what you did with the role. Like, it was such a great, incredible role that you did. I just want to applaud you on your job as Dr. Quinzel. It was truly phenomenal. So I just want to say,
thanks so much. I'm so glad you loved it. Yes, it's a fun film. So thank you. That's so nice.
You're very welcome. So on to my very next question. So what was your favorite memorable moment or scene to shoot in the Poison Ivy fan film?
Yeah, I think definitely working with Ashlyn. I had all of my scenes with her, and I was thinking about this today, actually. The final scene, I won't spoil it for anyone, but walking into the final scene, you probably know what I'm talking about. The set was just absolutely stunning. The lighting was absolutely gorgeous, and just being with Ashlyn and acting with her, she's a wonderful actress as well. And so that final scene, I remember walking into the set thinking like, whoa, this is gorgeous, this is so beautifully done. You know, no amount of money was spared there. So yeah, it was probably that final scene I really enjoyed the most. Yeah.
Awesome. So on to my very next question. So if you could come back as like Dr. Quinzel and tell the story of how Harley Quinn became, and you got your own spin-off, and you got to actually wear the whole makeup and got to wear the costume of Harley Quinn, what would you like to see out of your role as Harley Quinn if you could come back?
I think that'd be so epic. That really should be done. I feel like a feature film should just be done on her. Just her character alone is so interesting. It's incredible, and what an amazing journey as a character. Hands down, hell yeah, would I love to do that again. Only thing is I've grown my hair out natural now, so I'm no longer blonde. So maybe they wouldn't take me, I don't know, but have to put a wig on or something. But yeah, I think it would be great to actually see Harley Quinn's character from the beginning, like from her childhood all the way to her studying to be a psychiatrist in psychology, and then all the way through to obviously with the Joker, but having more of an arch and a journey with that, I think would be an amazing film. I mean, DC and Marvel really need to get on that, because I think it's a great idea.
You would actually be a great hit for the CW shows. I could actually see you a part of the CW shows. That's how great
I would
your
love
take
that.
on Dr. Quinzel was incredible, as I mentioned before. Like,
I love that. We need to make it happen.
Oh yes, CW, if you're watching, get Claire as Dr. Quinzel. Start the whole, Harley Quinn spin-off series. There you go, Claire. There you go.
Totally. Thank you so much. We need that. We need that to happen. So thank you.
Very welcome. So on to my very next question. So why do you think people who haven't seen the Poison Ivy fan film should watch the Poison Ivy fan film?
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's a completely new, different spin on the characters. And obviously loads of people have watched DC and Marvel and love it. But that relationship between Poison Ivy, Dr. Quinn and Batman is something that hasn't been really done before. And I think it's incredibly, it's very, very interesting. And it's something new. It's like a new little niche that hasn't really been explored in terms of the films. So I think, yeah, if you want a new little take, a new little spin, definitely give it a watch.
So on to the very next question. So what would be your favorite DC hero of all time and why?
Yeah, I would say, I'll be honest, I haven't seen all the DC and Marvel films. I really should, but I haven't done. But I love Spider-Man. Out of the ones that I have seen, I absolutely love it. Love Andrew Garfield. He actually went to my drama school. I also love Tom Holland. I think both incredible actors. And I also think Spider-Man's just really, really cool. Like, I think that would be, if I had any superpowers, I'd probably want to be Spider-Man to like jump from the buildings. And yeah, I think Spider-Man would be my answer.
Awesome. Well, I love how you mentioned how Andrew Garfield went to your school, because Andrew Garfield was actually in a favorite TV show of mine called Doctor Who back in the day, and he was incredible in Doctor Who, and I love how you mentioned that he was in your school. I was like, what?
Yeah, he went to my drama school. Yeah, years before me, but yeah, he went there.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I saw him once actually there. He came back to visit. He was in the cafe talking to some teachers, so I was in there. Kind of everyone was like, "Oh my God, Andrew Garfield's here!" Like, what? Yeah.
Very cool. So on to my very next question. So who would be your all-time favorite DC villain and why?
I mean, it has to be Harley Quinn. Obviously, I've played her in the DC short film, but yeah, totally Harley Quinn, hands down. Easy peasy, love her.
Well, I have to ask, by the way, what do you think of Margot Robbie's performance as Harley Quinn?
Yeah, I mean, God, who doesn't love Margot Robbie? She is just like epic on every level. Obviously, her acting's amazing, and I think she really depicts the character well. She also does, I think, bring in quite a lot of multifaceted, different sides to her. She doesn't just play the kind of crazy, and I think she does it in a way as well that's incredibly natural and really believable, which yeah, I think it's great, because I think with that character there can be a slight easiness to just play too crazy. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, she's amazing. Love her.
Awesome. So on to the very next question. So if your version of Harley Quinn could team up with any DC villain, who would it be and why?
I love the combo of Poison Ivy. I just want to see a whole film of that. Like, I think there needs to be a feature with them, like some kind of badass girl gang with them two together. Obviously her and the Joker's kind of already been done. I'm gonna go with Poison Ivy.
Have you seen the animated series of Poison Ivy with Harley Quinn?
No, I haven't.
Oh man, you are missing out on that animation. It's like it tells the relationship between Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy. And it's such an incredible animation. Definitely worth to check out if you, as I mentioned, yeah, definitely worth to check out.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. So on to my very next question. So you are actually in this short film called Dust. What can people expect to see from your role in Dust?
Yeah, so I recently just filmed this actually. A couple weeks ago we finished shooting. So it's called Dust to Dust, and it's with David Westhead, who is just an incredible actor. If you're from the UK, you probably know him because he's been in like every show under the sun. Really, really seasoned actor. He was in The Bodyguard. I mean, he's been on everything. He's just amazing. So he was producing the film, and his last short film that he produced was shortlisted for an Oscar. So that's super exciting. So kind of fingers crossed the short film does really well. But it's a beautiful film about a man who loses his wife, and we go back in time, and I play the younger wife, Sally. And we kind of follow their love story a little bit. And she was a dancer. So there's a few little dance scenes in there, and he was a photographer. And so he manages to sort of, I won't spoil it too much, but he manages to sort of make them dance together from past and future through his like photography. And it was just it's a beautiful concept. And I remember reading the script thinking, wow, this is so beautifully done. It's a silent film. So it's all done just through movement and body language and music, and really, really beautiful piece. And David Westhead, incredible to work with, wonderful person, and Claudia Selby, who's the director, again, fantastic. Just the whole team was wonderful. So really exciting short film, and I hope it does really well. So that would be great. Yeah.
So on to the very next question. So you are actually in a BBC Two film called Thanks for the Memories, and you actually dance in that film. So what can people expect to see in that film? And yeah.
Yeah, so you can catch it on BBC Two iPlayer at the minute. Thanks for the Memories is written by the same writer as P.S. I Love You. I'm sure most people have seen that film. And essentially it's about two people who have a blood transfusion by accident, and they swap memories through the blood. It's really cool. It's definitely worth a watch. And my character, I was a guest actor on the show, and I also danced in the show. My character revolves around the lead character, Bella, and I'm kind of like her dance protege. So we had a lot of dance rehearsals for that, several weeks of dance rehearsals, and then yeah, filming was wonderful. Again, working with Amit Gupta, who directed that, who's amazing, and done a lot of high profile work, and obviously it's on BBC, which is fantastic. Amazing choreographer Paul Harris. He actually choreographed all of the Harry Potter films. Yeah, did all the wand choreography. He did Far From the Madding Crowd. He's done so much. So it was wonderful to work with him. He's a great choreographer, and I've worked with him a lot actually now on loads of projects. We keep working together, so that's really nice. And it was just such a fun job. And a great story. So I would really recommend. It's a mini series on BBC Two, and called Thanks for the Memories. And yeah, it's about people who swap their memories for a blood transfusion. So really cool story. Yeah.
So on to our very next question. So what got you into dance in the first place? Because yeah, as you mentioned about your dancing, yeah, what got you into dancing in the first place?
Yeah, so my parents are actually professional dancers. So they kind of got me into dance, and they're ballroom dancers. So I was doing competitive ballroom dancing from a really young age. And from there, I kind of went more into acting, but I still use my ballroom a lot on TV because a lot of period dramas want people who can ballroom dance. So it's been a really handy skill. But yeah, that's how I got into it. My parents are dancers. You know, kind of like Strictly Come Dancing. The whole family's very dancey. So yeah, I was kind of born into the arts and dance and things really. But yeah, I've been dancing a long time, and yeah, it's wonderful. Still work as a dancer and a choreographer as well. So that's great.
So on to the very next question. So you have also been in a 2020 film called Swipe Right. And you actually play the role of Harper. What can people expect to see in that film to people?
Yeah, so this has an amazing cast actually. It's got Sophie Ward and Toya Wilcox. Again, if you're from the UK, you'll probably know those names. And also Ellie Bindman, who's a good friend of mine, and she's like blowing up on TikTok. She's got like, I don't know, 350,000 followers now or something. It's crazy. Yeah, it's amazing. And also Jenny Wu, like just a whole amazing cast. Swipe Right, as maybe you can guess from the title, is about a dating app. And it's a horror, so you know, don't want to give too much away, but some bad things happen. I'm American in the film, so I was the only American character in it. And yeah, I was a very mean, blonde, quite bitchy character, which was really fun to play because very different from my own personality. So it was nice to do that. Oh, we just had the best time. Amazing cast, and we all got on so well, and not often does everyone just gel so well. And we literally spent so much time together because we'd often film late as well. Often on horrors, there's a lot of night shoots. So we were doing a lot of night shoots together, and yeah, we just had such a laugh. But yeah, it's essentially a kind of murder or be matched film with a lot of good names in it, and a wonderful director, Jane Sanger, who is a wonderful female director, and I've worked with her before as well on a TV pilot. So it was great to work with her again. And yeah, it's a great film. Not out yet though, later this year. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Awesome. So on to the very next question. So you are actually in this short drama that was out in 2020 called The Physic, and you actually played the role of Lyra. What was that whole experience like?
Yeah, so Physique, I got involved in the project late last year, and I met Jennifer James, who's the writer and director, and it's about a dancer with an eating disorder, which I think is a really important topic that maybe isn't spoken about enough, especially with dancers, and it's so prominent generally in the entertainment industry. So I felt really passionate about being on board with this project, and I choreographed it, I danced in it, I acted in it, did the whole shebang basically. And it was wonderful to be a part of something so moving, and a message that I really care about as well, that you are more than your physique, you're more than your body. And it comes out very soon, actually, maybe in the next month or so. I think they're just on the final kind of touches. So that's going to come out really soon, and I can't wait for people to see the dances because it was really wonderfully filmed. And I think it's going to be a really great short film. So yeah, I can't wait for that to come out.
Awesome. So on to the very next question. So as you mentioned before, you're actually a singer, and you have such an incredible, phenomenal voice, by the way, might I say.
Thanks.
What is next for your music career, if you have any plans for your music career?
Yeah, things have really been like taking off with music quite easily. Things have just been happening. So I've written a whole album and currently in the process of recording my songs. Already been in talks with some producers, really, really, really big producers, which is crazy. Yeah, some of them have worked with, you know, the biggest names. So that's really cool. So yeah, I'm in touch with producers about kind of getting the album done, and also I'm doing an artist development course next month, and he wrote this producer and writer. He worked with Christina Perri on Jar of Hearts, if you know that song. So he invited me to do his artist development course for free, which is amazing. So I'm doing that. So yeah, lots of people just getting in touch about music opportunities. Obviously Instagram's an amazing place for that, and through my videos a lot of people are getting in touch, and so it's very exciting. I'm really hoping that this year I can get an EP out, which would be 4 or 5 songs, and that they'd be produced. That's kind of the goal at the minute, but I'm absolutely loving it. I'm really wanting to pursue music seriously, so it's great things are kind of going so well and so smoothly at the minute, and things are happening, and it's great to just be in touch with such big producers, you know, who are literally working with like Selena Gomez, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, you know, really big. So yeah, really, it's cool. It's going well. It's good.
Awesome. Well, onto the music side of things. If you could work with any top 3 music artists in the industry, who would they be and why?
Okay, Harry Styles, number 1. Love his music, love his vibe. So Harry Styles is just easy number 1. Love him. He also seems like a really nice person. Second, Tate McRae. Do you know Tate McRae?
I've heard of the name, yes.
She's quite new. She's like a Canadian singer. I really like her stuff. Oh, Billie Eilish would be third. Easy, yeah. Billie Eilish. I'm such a Billie Eilish fan. There's actually so many people. When you say singers, I'm like, oh, there's so many people. But yeah, we'll go with Billie Eilish. She's just epic, you know. Yeah.
So on to my very next question. So who inspired you as a person to get into acting in the first place?
That's such a good question. I don't know if there's anyone specific that I thought, like, in terms of my life. However, I do remember watching as a kid. I was probably too young to watch this, but I was watching Chicago, and I remember watching Catherine Zeta-Jones and being like, wow, like, she's amazing, and thinking, oh, I really want to do that. And I remember, I think I actually wrote her a letter at like the age of 11. She's probably far too young to be watching Chicago and sending letters to her. But anyway, I feel like she really kind of inspired me. I just thought she was so captivating on screen. And I remember being like, wow, I want to do that. Yeah, and I guess I've been lucky in my life that I've had amazing teachers as well. I do think when you're at school, you know, if you have a good or music teacher, it does really help. I guess I've always been encouraged, which was really great. And my dreams have never been kind of said, no, they're too big or shut down by anyone. So yeah, I think that's my answer.
So I'm going to your next question. So what have you learned about yourself as a person during COVID?
Yeah, that's a good question. A lot. The small things are the most important things that matter in life. You know, like being grateful just to wake up and there's sunshine outside today, or like I can go downstairs and there's food in the fridge, or I have a family that's healthy and I have amazing friends. I've also realized how much I want to do music, which I didn't think that I would be thinking at all. So that's been new for me. And yeah, just being grateful for small things in life. I think that's what it's kind of highlighted.
Awesome. So on to the very next question. So if you could be in any TV or movie franchise, what would it be and why?
Okay, so right now it would be Sex Education on Netflix. Have you seen that? Okay, Sex Education or Bridgerton right now. I'm just on that vibe. I think anything young and current. I think I look quite young as well, so Sex Education would be great. I just find it's funny, it's topical, it's important. Great acting, great directing. Love the love the production, the cinematography, the costume, the way it's been done. And they're great characters. Really great characters. So that's what I'd go with.
Last week on my show, she would actually be incredible in Doctor Who as a companion. I actually could see you as a companion in Doctor Who also, because you have that such a good companion vibe. And yeah, I would love, you would actually work well with Doctor Who, because you were actually on a BBC show, as you mentioned before. So yeah, you would actually be incredible for like a companion-wise for Doctor Who.
Yeah, thanks. I'd love that. I mean, it's a great show. It's been going
Oh,
such
yeah.
a long time as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, that'd be
So
really
on to the
fun.
very next question. So what are the positives and negatives into the acting industry, and how do you get through those negatives as a person?
Yeah, I think positives. I mean, obviously, once you get a job, it's blooming amazing, and it's the best thing ever, and it's so much fun. I'm always working with wonderful people, who are inspiring and very talented. It's creative. It makes me very happy. Downsides would be the rejection. There is so much rejection. Um, so I'd say the downsides are just kind of dealing with that rejection as best as you can. And also, I think what's helped me is finding other things in my life that I love and I'm in a way equally as passionate about, because then I think the pressure of acting and getting that job and nailing that audition isn't such a big deal, and you can relax in a little bit more in a way, which kind of seems counterintuitive, but I think having other passions in your life, having a balanced life, really can help just take the pressure and the weight off like the audition or getting that job, and then you do better because you're more relaxed in the room, right? You're way more chilled and you just go in, do the job, and probably do a better job because you're more relaxed. So yeah, rejection is probably the hardest part of being an actor, I
So on to
think.
the very last question, Claire. So
Yeah.
what's next for you, like goal-wise, with projects that you would like to announce on the show?
Yeah, so I mean, with acting, it's very last minute. So I've just finished Dust to Dust a couple weeks ago, and next, really at the minute, is music. So I'm just recording a lot of music. I'm writing, and kind of working with producers. And so at the minute, I'm doing more music stuff. Also, I'm just a bit more in control of that at the minute, I feel. Whereas acting, you just kind of wait a little bit for auditions, and you just kind of have to see how it pans out. So I don't have anything lined up at the minute in terms of acting, but something will come along soon. I'm sure it always does. It just keeps popping up last minute. So we'll see how things go. But yeah, music at the minute is what
Well,
I'm
can I just
focusing
say
on.
thank you so much, Claire,
Yeah.
for taking the time to come onto my show. It's been such a pleasure having you on. To people that haven't seen Claire's work, definitely go support Claire. She's such a truly inspirational actress and person, and just such a bright future ahead of yourself. Would you like to say any like last final words to people on the show?
Just thanks so much for having me. And obviously, if you want to check out any of my stuff or my singing, it's at Clair Gleave. And just thanks so much
Thank
for
you
having
so much
me.
again, Claire. It's been such a pleasure.
Why you gotta be so sad? We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh no, we could dance and party all night and drink some cherry wine.